Hey y'all, if you clicked on this video, you're wondering why and how these fires started in California. Specifically, the Palisades is going on now. I recently did a video on the Malibu fires, but in current day, the Pacific Palisades fires started Monday, and they started from somebody's backyard and they have escalated all over Pasadena. I couldn't even mail stuff to my P.O. box. Like, I ordered some stuff today and they was like, no, for security and safety reasons, you can't even mail on there. So I don't even know if the post office is burnt down. Child, I don't know what's going on in Pasadena. However, I have been looking at it on the news, but like Pasadena, these places are close to me, y'all. I'm just downtown LA. So I wanted to get into a story what happened to me just last night, and I couldn't hold it in any longer. I am a construction worker, and I work for the city of Los Angeles, and I've been crying all day. Like, I still see the bumming towards me. So I'm traveling along and I end up taking the street because you can see the fire on the freeway. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting off the freeway. I don't even want to be on the freeway. And I did a short video because you can actually see it. So I end up getting off, taking the street. And I make a right turn because I have to follow. I'm going to one of the stations that we have. I think I was going to North Hollywood, and we had to go to Universal. We went to North Hollywood first. So I'm traveling along on the road. It's dark, leaves and branches everywhere. So eventually I had to turn off the road because I had to go down another street. They had it blocked off where it was a lot of trees and branches. They had it blocked off that you couldn't even go down that street. Okay, make a detour. So once I make the detour, of course, you know the navigator is going to change that you're following the GPS. So it takes me in this neighborhood, and the neighborhood is pitch dark. I'm like, oh my gosh, they must don't have lights. So the way you can tell the neighborhood is dark and you can't see the lights is you can look in the businesses. So you can tell the whole neighborhood, this whole neighborhood was off. Like, it was just off. The whole neighborhood was blacked out. Like, was no business lights, street lights, anything. Okay, I'm traveling along. So it's a lady beside me. I glanced over, I see her, she's beside me. So we get to a intersection. We stop, we look, no cars coming. We get to the next intersection. Now, the navigator is telling me I'm about 4 miles away from my destination. Okay, so I'm almost there. Get to the last, I'm gonna say it's the last intersection, because you know, an intersection could be anywhere. It can be an alleyway, a street, anywhere that two cars can meet. One going this way, one going that way. So I get to this particular intersection and it's dark, but you can tell it was a big intersection because even though we only had, we had 2 small lanes, they had like 3 lanes going each way. And I'm very observant because I used to drive the bus out here. So I'm very observant of my surroundings and what's going on. Okay, we stop and I proceed to go into the intersection. I didn't see this bus until I passed the first part of the intersection, which those cars would be going past me. They was on my driver's side, but if it was cars there, they would be going past me. The next part of the intersection would be the cars that's coming towards me. Y'all, when I tell y'all, all I saw was a bus. I looked right and I just saw a bus charging at me. I was like, oh my gosh. Now, me being a truck driver for 7 years, driving trucks on the road, I am a very defensive driver. Now, normally a person would freeze because you're in shock. Your body goes into this shock. When you see, it's just like when people on the train tracks, right? You be wondering, you know, we watching the movie, why they didn't get out of the car? Why did they stay in the car? Because you're in shock. And I experienced that last night. I was in shock, but all I could think about is Me being older, almost 50 years old, how I probably would have bled out internally, and I wouldn't even be able to make this video because it was like my life flashed in front of me. I was so scared because I still see the bus now. It was just like I had to move out of the way. It wasn't my time to go. So when I saw the bus, I ventured off and went on to the other side. Well, lucky for me, it wasn't no cars over there. I went over to the other side and I was stopped. Now I can see in my rearview mirror the bus stopping. Skirt, I can hear him skirt trying to stop. He's stopping. I saw the tail end of the bus. Oh my God. I was like, God, why did you spare my life? I'm telling y'all, I know I just teared up, but I've been crying on and off all day because I still can see that bus charging at me. It was the most frightening thing you could ever think of. I was wondering to myself, why didn't the bus operator stop? What is he thinking about that he's plowing through this intersection like that? Especially bus operators, they have a route, right? They have a set route that they take every day. The ones that have a route, some are on what they call it's like a wild card, I can't even think the name of it. They on this like list and they float, they do different routes every day. I don't know if he was sleep deprived. I don't know what he was thinking about, y'all, but he was gonna take me out last night. Well, I'm gonna say this happened around 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. This happened when I tell y'all I was scared. I was so scared. Now, I'm the type of person that really don't fool with my coworkers. They my coworkers and, we not friends. We coworkers. People don't understand the difference between coworkers. I had another video coming out about that because life is an experience and everything I can tell you is what I've experienced with people, coworkers, and whatnot, whatever. But it was frightening. You would had to be there to see what I saw. I'm describing it as best I could, but y'all, when I tell y'all I was scared as HELL, and I hugged my coworkers. I talked to them. I told them what happened, and you know what they said? This is how you know people in California value money over their own life. You know what they said? Why you just didn't let them hit you? Why would I let somebody hit me in a bus? It's like hitting you in a truck. A person that has drove trucks, he could have killed me. I could have bled out internally. The van I was driving last night could have tilted over and exploded. Like, it was so many thoughts in my mind and in my head, and why I got the HELL out of there. Because I was like, oh my God, it's coming towards me. I couldn't understand why they would want me to sit there and get hit for money. All money ain't good money. What if I wouldn't have survived that? I got children. I got a daughter and a son. They are going on with their lives and not even at home. But do you think they want their mom to be paralyzed or messed up and because of some money? I had a neighbor, y'all, when I used to live by USC. She was pretty messed up. And so I ended up asking her what happened. Because you can tell by somebody's body dysfunction or like disability, something went on with them, something happened with them. So she said that a truck smashed her in her car, like literally smashed her. He didn't see her. If you didn't ever drove a truck, an 18-wheeler, like a 53-footer, they have a blind side. Even cars do too, but trucks have a real bad blind side. They don't have that mirror with that little bitty mirror inside of it. Their hood, they're not going to be able to see you, honey. And if they can't see you and they're trying to get over, they will get over on you. Not purposely. They're getting over on you because they can't see you. So she explained to me that the truck didn't see her. He got over. She was in the right lane. He was in the left lane. He had to get over. And he got over on her. She was honking her horn and everything. And he still didn't see her. And he got over on her and smushed her. She was so... You could tell that she had surgery. You could just tell and look at people when they have had something going on. You can't really figure it out, but you know they done had something going on. She told me she had so many different, I want to say, surgeries. She was only in California waiting on her money because she said she was going back to Ohio. She was like, oh, you know, California is very overpriced. And she was just talking about all the stuff in California that I know. Y'all, when I tell y'all, last night was the scariest. This morning, I'm going to say, because it happened around between 11:45 and 12:15, I want to say. When I tell y'all I was scared, and I've been crying on and off and on and off. Like I just teared up right now because God spared my life. I'm still trying to figure out why. I don't know, it's because my kids are gone off and I don't really communicate with them like I used to. Or I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what am I doing wrong that he spared my life. Because y'all, leave me a comment. I would love to talk to you guys to see, have you ever had any type of experiment like that happen to you? Because I was scared, y'all. I was terrified. And to be terrified like that, I wouldn't be here talking to you if I would have just disappeared and my channel would have just been stagnant. I go on here every day live at between 6 and 7 o'clock. Y'all wouldn't have saw me no more. Y'all would have been like, well, dang, this person, you know, they not even on the channel no more. I'm still trying to figure out why God spared my life. And maybe it's not for me to figure out. Maybe it's for me to relax and chill. He'll tell me. He'll show me why he spared my life. Because that was pretty traumatic that happened. And I know the bus operator triggered, they have in the buses cameras everywhere, all over the bus. But they do have a camera if the bus operator hit the brakes too hard. So I know for a fact, when they look at that and they see it, they're going to question that bus operator. Because I know they can see that I was in a company vehicle. And they're going to be like, dude, you wasn't even paying attention. The city of Los Angeles is really strict on when you're in their vehicles, especially if you're a bus operator and you drive the public every day. That's your job. That's what you do for a living. They're very strict. I used to be one years ago before I got promoted. So they're going to question him about it. I went to one of my coworkers last night. I really didn't want to involve anybody. And they suggested I go to EAP and just talk to somebody about it. But I've been talking to God and crying and just thanking him that he spared my life. It's some stuff on here that I need to do. And I want to figure out what it is. I want to figure out what is my purpose here. Because, you know, we don't have a blueprint on when we're going to die and how we're going to die. But we are going to die. And I was like, dang, what is my purpose right now? But it was really scary, y'all. I'm telling y'all have to be careful out here. Please pray for me. Have me in your prayers because I'm still messed up about it. And I want to go to work tonight and I want to go to work and be at peace. I don't feel like I'm going to have no peace at work now because, you know, y'all, it's just... This is the day I almost like it was pretty scary. Like, I'm gonna tell you like that. I had to push. I got a video coming out. I'm pushing it. I'm filming this video. Today is the 8th, January 8th, and I put out a video. I did another video showing how I got telling how I got demonetized, and I was showing you guys how to do your Google account correctly. And I got one coming out. I've already edited it, but I'm pushing it back to Friday because I had to get this story out. It really scared the heck out of me. And anybody else that's had a traumatic experience, please leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you've been through, because I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. God would have took me for whatever my purpose is, what he wanted me for. I've never been so scared in my life. And again, I don't know why he spared my life, but he did. I talked to a guy friend of mine, and he was saying that because it wasn't your time to go. When it's your time to go, you don't know, because you're going to be dead. But that wasn't my time. Like I said, I've seen so many movies, and I know of so many instances working for the city of Los Angeles. People have been on the train tracks, and we'd be like, man, you know what? Why didn't they just get out the car? Why they stayed on the tracks when they saw the train coming? And why, you know, a fatality, somebody committed suicide and they purposely was in front of the train. But you always wonder when you see these movies, like, why the person won't get out of the train, or even if you see anything coming towards you, why you won't move. You ain't moving because you're in shock. And that's what I experienced last night. I was in shock, but I didn't want to die. I went down like that. Now, I feel like if God wanted to take me, I would have stayed in shock, because I wouldn't have been able to move mentally. You know, you see something towards you, coming towards you, you freeze. It's like a freezing moment. And I did freeze, but I didn't freeze to the point where I was just stuck and, you know, glazed out, stuck in that moment. I was able to get out of that moment. But a lot of people ain't in that moment where they can get out of it and get away. I end up getting away, y'all. And I want to know, what's my purpose in life? What do God have planned for me? Because he ain't done with me here, that he kept me here. So it was really scary. I'm talking about, I still see that bus, and I really might need to talk to somebody, because I still see that bus. I still see it, and I'm still, now that I see buses on the road, I'm scared. Like, I'm really just scared that, you know, they gonna harm me some way, or they're gonna do something to me. Maybe I shouldn't feel that way. And, you know, my guy friend was like, maybe you should just, you know, take off work for a while. And I don't want to take off work, but I don't know how I'm going to feel when I go back there. And even if I go back to that area, like, how am I going to feel? It's just messed up, y'all. It's traumatic. Even though I didn't have any injuries, I do have an injury up here in my head, because I can't get that out of my mind. I can't get the bus out of my mind. And like I said, seeing the bus now, I just have a whole, even a bus operator, like, what were you thinking about? You was gonna, you know, you was a worker, even though he probably didn't know. You sitting up on if you're a bus operator, or you're or somebody driving a truck or even a train, you can't see the person in the vehicle until you all the way up on them. You probably didn't see a City of Los Angeles van until it was too late. You know what I mean? But I know those people that's gonna view that tape gonna see it. I know they're gonna see it, and they're gonna discipline him for that, because you're not driving safe. You're not driving the vehicle safe. Safety is a priority when you're somebody out here driving the public. Safety is a priority in your own car. Safety is up to everybody. And I know a lot of us don't think about that. We don't think about being safe in the car. We just trying to get to where we're going because that's just our mindset. We're trying to get to where we're going. But safety is everybody's responsibility. Even though they don't teach you that when you're getting a driver's license. And even if you're somebody young watching this, safety is your responsibility too. Because we all out here driving. Those people that's out there driving for a living, whether they're driving a transit bus, a school bus, a semi truck for a company, or even if they're owner operator or they have their own, own business, safety is their responsibility first. But I'm saying as people, regular people like us, when we're in our own regular car, we should try to be safe as possible. Because in a car accident, you don't have to survive that. Imagine